One of the most common questions I get is, how do you afford to go to so many cons, Cody? You must be rich. I wish I was rich so I could go to that many cons. Well, I have good news for you. I'm not even close to being rich, and you most definitely can go to as many cons as I go to, if not more, with just a few tips. Today, we're talking about how to afford to go to more conventions. If you want to go to more cons, the first thing you need is a job that will let you go. I work a job that doesn't pay a ton just because they give me time off for every single con I ask for. Obviously, you may not want to go this far as to make less money, but even so, try to find one that will let you have some time off or even paid time off when you need it. If you really want to go to more cons, I think the most important thing you can do is to open a new bank account. This will be your convention savings. The way I do it is every check, I put something into this account. It can be as low as $25 if I really need the money that week for bills or things like that. Or it can get up to a couple hundred that I put in all at once if I really don't need the money that badly. For me at least, this keeps me from spending that extra money on things that I really don't need. If you put that money in there and commit yourself to not touching it at all until it's time for a con, then you'll start to see it build up very quickly. If you save like this for even 6 months, you should have enough saved for a ton of cons, and using that money won't affect your normal bank account. Use that money for all of it. Hotel, badge, food, gas. So when you get back home, you won't even feel like you took a hit. If you want to maximize the amount of cons you can go to, there are other smaller tips to keep in mind. Bring friends. The more people you have in your hotel room, the cheaper it becomes for everyone. But split the cost on other things too, like gas money and parking. Also pre-register for the convention. If you know you're planning to go when they open their first tier of registration, you can get your badge for really cheap. I would also recommend bringing your own food as opposed to eating out the whole time you're at the con. In the long run, this will save you a lot of money on food that you can put back into buying more con badges and paying for more hotels. I think one of the single most important tips for going to more cons is to go with a budget. Bring maybe $100 extra for spending money, and do not, for any reason other than an emergency, go over that amount. This is your spending money for the whole weekend. Once you're out, so make it last. Sometimes I go with no spending money other than for emergencies. This way I won't buy things I really don't need in the dealer's room. Think about it. Say you buy a few wall scrolls, some plushies, maybe some candy and some figures. That adds up really quickly. Just that could add up to around $100. If you wouldn't have bought those, that $100 could have been enough for the badge and a hotel room for another con. Say you get enough friends to go so the hotel is only $50 each. That happens in our group all the time. And then you get your badge early enough so it's $40 or less. So I just recommend really thinking things through and not just impulsively buying things while at cons. Do you want those figures so bad that it's worth giving up an entire weekend of con fun down the road? For me at least, it never is. The last thing you can do to help make cons cheaper is to do something for the convention. A lot of times, free or discounted badges are given to people who volunteer to work staff, run enough panels, work as press, or work in the artist alley. Of course, every convention is different, but look into this stuff as it can also help to save a lot of money. That's all the tips I personally use. This is exactly how I afford all the cons I go to. Try it out and I bet you'll be going to more cons in no time. If you have any more tips that you use to afford conventions, please leave them in the comments below. Hey, I may learn something myself. Thanks guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey guys, thanks for watching this tips and tricks video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe as it does help a lot. I put annotations that link to older tips and tricks videos if you want to check them out. Don't forget to support me on Patreon to get videos early, get access to private videos like my unedited vlogs, my personal story times, and private Q&As with the whole crew, as well as much more. There's also an annotation for the Convention Reviews merch shop, where you can get shirts, hoodies, phone cases, and more. Don't forget to stay positive and always follow your dreams. See you in the next video.